Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I want to thank my colleagues on the committee for allowing me to sit in on this today. It's an area of extreme interest and importance in my regard. I spent nearly 30 years as an information technology professional. Part of that time, a large part of that time, in the Department of Defense, being concerned about the security of data systems that support our special operations folks and things like that. I feel very, very strongly that cybersecurity is an issue across the spectrum. It's getting a lot of talk, but it's not getting a lot of focused attention to address the issue. It's an issue, and I don't know if the four of you agree or not. It's not something that's got a finish line. You know, this is not something that we're going to solve and then we're going to move on to the next big problem. As long as the world is connected with computing systems and networks, you're going to have those with the wherewithal, some of them because they can, some of them because they desire to create chaos with malicious or criminal intent, are going to try to get into our networks. And our energy systems and our power grids are one of those areas that would wreak havoc on America's economy, and I think we can all agree with that. Mr. Gaines, what in your mind does the integration of IT systems and supervisory control and data acquisition systems have in increasing the risk to grid operations?
First of all, Mr. Johnson, hello. It's good seeing you again.
Good to see you, sir.
Thank you. I would like to start out by saying I don't think it's if, it's when. The OT, operational systems technologies, and the IT technologies are merging, and they go back to exactly what I suggested, that in a substation now, it looks like a small communications network. It's got a device in it that communicates with most of the assets, transformers, that determine the health and, in fact, the condition of those transformers. Mm-hmm. That's all communicated back to the SCADA system into the IT systems. Secondly, the IT systems are tied to our power grid and actually help us manage and monitor that from a generation perspective. I think the industry is moving to converge those, not necessarily manage them as you would manage them on the grid as an operator, but manage that space so that, one, they understand the health of it, they understand the reliability of it, and the impacts that cyber, specifically cyber, has on it. I go back to the Metcalf incident. There were 3 things that occurred within an hour: the cutting of a communication line, the actual assault on the location itself, and then the loss of load. Those all 3 were done within an hour, and they were in the space that if you would have had monitoring and the ability to alert and manage that, I wouldn't suggest that you could avoid, but you could have mitigated some of the issues.
Can you talk specifically about what FirstEnergy is doing to mitigate this vulnerability?
Yes. We, in fact, have, over the past 12 months, built a security operations center, and we manage all 3 of those from one center. So I manage the operations and the health of those physical assets. We look at that from a IT perspective and overlay IT to that, and then I physically monitor the station through cameras, video, and X-ray. And so I see that single pane, as we define it, I see that single pane of our critical assets, and that's not dispersed around the company. I don't have a physical security desk, I don't have a operating center, and I don't have a cyber center. I have one operation center that looks at that, and they're not looking at it on multiple systems, they're looking at it on one system. We are one of the first in the industry. We've worked with EPRI very hard, so the industry gets it, and there's a lot of work being done there.
Okay, well thank you very much. I had other questions, but I think I've exhausted my time. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for your indulgence.